Alien.
Ya, true, díselo. Presión los controles, presión los controles. Harto. Ya, harto de matar patos. Presume su mierda pero no es para tanto. Yo hago trap hardcore, papi no canto. Con lo que tuviste yo limpio mis zapatos, pato. Tanto trap, ¿dónde están? No sé dónde está. Me preguntan si canto, nah. Patada en la cara, like canto, nah. Hey, harto de matar patos. Presume su mierda pero no es para tanto. Yo hago trap hardcore, papi no canto. Con lo que tuviste yo limpio mis zapatos, pato. Tanto trap, ¿dónde están? No sé dónde está. Me preguntan si canto, nah. Patada en la cara, like canto, nah. Hey, patada en la cara, like canto, nah. Yo estoy con la mía, papi, ¿dónde más? Tú andas muy crecido, papi, ¿dónde vas? No venga judío, casa de alemán. Pa' ti difícil, pa' mí tan fácil. Un hit con DC y otro con Brasil. Porque así trabaja junto a mi team. Cabeza fría, corte Materazzi. Yipi, yipi, ya, yipi, yipi, ya. Toda tu gang solo títeres. Pegados a uno por interés. Yo con los reales, mis tigres. La facha demuestra la nitidez. Parecemos modelos de Pinterest. Que me conoce, que ni sé qué. Papi, respétate en límites. ¿Dónde están? No sé tú. Yo alejado del revolú. Estoy parchado con toda mi crew, jugando FIFA y ganando true. ¿Dónde está? No sé tú. Yo alejado del revolú. Estoy parchado con toda mi crew, jugando FIFA y ganando true. En la calle se mueven los Philly. Walter White, controlo la Kimi. Tú pides los deseos, que yo soy el dueño de la rosa y la verde flow Timmy. Me voy a pegar sin un remix. Quiero salir en el show de Jimmy, con ropa ancha como Willy, parchándome una retro mini. Harto de matar patos. Presume su mierda pero no es para tanto. Yo hago trap hardcore, papi no canto. Con lo que tuviste yo limpio mis zapatos, pato. Tanto trap, ¿dónde están? No sé dónde están. Me preguntan si canto, nah. Patada en la cara, like canto, nah. Harto de matar patos. Presume su mierda pero no es para tanto. Yo hago trap hardcore, papi no canto. Con lo que tuviste yo limpio mis zapatos, pato. Tanto trap, ¿dónde están? No sé dónde están. Me preguntan si canto, nah. Patada en la cara, like canto, nah. Hey. Los controles, press. Manejando la Kimi. Estamos fabricando otros.
Yes. YOSB, Grifos, Huicho, Cypherology está en la casa, baby. Alquimia verbal, sueños y raíces. Yeah. Check it out. I'ma take you back.
Yeah.
That real essence, right?
Tell them.
I think they not ready. Cada vez que agarramos el mic suena más heavy. We bringing it back como en los tiempos de Rocksteady. Rapear como Oz no hay many. Nuestra manera de vida, así llegar hasta la cima. Y gracias a la rima derrotar a la rutina. Me quiero que me digas lo que sientes con mi vibra. Esto no es gelatina ni estoy en mi cocina, pero igual es una mezcla de funk y dinamita. Mi lírica te refresca porque yo soy un artista. No sigo en las revistas, pero estoy aquí a la vista. Mi música te incita a respirar sin prisa. Mi alma se inspira y lo saca en esta pista. Me quedan 7 barras para terminar el verso. Y no es que quiera fama, es que yo quiero el complemento. Con sabor, con razón, coloreo el universo. Similitudes en nubes, en altitudes. Tuve que forjar mi personalidad para ser original. Y no es que quiera fama, es que quiero complementar, baby.
Complementar.
AV X1, yeah, tell it.
Yeah, next beat.
Wow, wow.
Let's go. Let's take him to the bad old school. Yeah. Wicho en el mic. Ajá. Ya se la saben. Ajá. Como dice, algunos saben la historia y si no la saben, pues aquí está. Oh. Ajá. Shout out a todos los que están aquí. De México, Montreal, el hip hop no ha muerto, estaba con la banda, rapeando en los ciphers porque el corazón lo manda. Spectrax haciendo beatbox con sus buenos ritmos, B-boys y B-girls haciendo magia en el piso. Y yo, junto con el crew comento cómo está creciendo este movimiento. Como una bola de nieve que va cayendo, se está expandiendo como un incendio. Y yo lo capto con el lente de la Z6. Just B pone los beats para que tú muevas los pies. Si nos quieres ver, estaremos en el parque como a cada miércoles. Así es, stay blessed. Cypherology con la buena energy. Se respeta la nueva escuela, también los OGs. Sigo la melodía poniéndolo en poesía, viviendo la cultura hasta que se acaba el día. Los tiempos cambian, pero el mensaje es el mismo: paz, respeto, amor, unión y no más egoísmo. El gran cambio siempre se empieza por sí mismo. Atraes lo que está en tu mente, ley del magnetismo. Don't push me, que estoy cerca del precipicio. Tengo virtudes al igual que tengo vicios. Nunca lo dudes, la retórica acaba por juicios. Haz impacto positivo antes del día del juicio. Para ser honesto, el rap es mi ejercicio, haciéndolo como si fuera un b-boy en el piso. Con precisión, así lo hago bien clásico. Ya se lo sabes, Wicho siendo siempre mágico. Esto estalla como una bomba. Boombox en la mano, juntos como una tropa. Cocinando esto como una sopa, sacando los condimentos, cerrando bocas. Esto estalla como una bomba. Boombox en la mano, juntos como una tropa. Tirando estas rimas directo a quemarropa. Cocinando letras, servida está la sopa. Yeah, Wicho en el mic, ya se la saben. Cypherology, sueños y raíces en la casa, versos en la casa, de México a Montreal, yeah. Next one, tell him, Grifos.
Next beat.
Tell him, Grifos. Pues que dice, time to groove, baby. Time to groove.
I feel headache in my chest, I got heart pain in my brain. My blood didn't pass the test, and then what the fuck, I can't complain. I feel like needles in my veins. I got a feeling that I'm approaching the ceiling and asking, am I already dead? Maybe not yet, but your silence is killing me. What kinds of games are you trying to play with me? I used to play with fire and I got burned so many times. Nowadays it's difficult to trust because I heard so many lies. Some paradises are the hell in disguise. This is not advice, neither a throw of a dice. You pretend to be my priestess and I'm the one you sacrificed. And I'm like sueños y raíces, you cannot fuck with these guys. I think I learned the lesson, then I fall under the pressure. Are you making brujeria for me to slide on your temptation? I roll under the sheets, hoping this is not only a dream. Would you rather do something else, something you have never seen? My inner self is sending me DMs through my DNA, and now you're starving for my genes, and not even Bon Jovi va bien. It seems that we stop different languages or dialects, but at the end of the road, we're simply what I reflect. The projections are teachers if we see beyond. The all-seeing eye know that I do not belong in the cave anymore, where I did it for long. Now it's time for me to go. I'll follow the moon and the sun, baby. I'll follow the moon and the sun, yeah. Voy a seguir la luna y el sol, yeah.
So let's groove, baby.
Boom.
Let's go.
Cypherology FM Radio.
Pienso, déjame esta para comenzarla.
This is a freestyle, man. This is a real freestyle, ¿verdad?
Alright.
Improvisado. Let's go, Luis. Kick it.
Ya. Bueno, aquí no es competi, pero llega Wicho y sale el confeti. Vamos a enseñarle a estos MCs cómo se hace fluir sobre el beat. Ya sabes, te dejo la rima, Carlos. Dale, saca las rimas y hazle son, presionarlos.
Yo, en esta mesa me inspira con tantos stickers. Lo hago tan clase como si fuera jugando cricket. Pero prefiero hacer un cubo de Rubik. Esto es tan misterioso como una película de Stanley Kubrick. De una manera así voy y las clavo, son flechas. Ahí voy llenando mi cuaderno, son fechas. También una a una se van cumpliendo objetivos, encontrando la manera y el camino.
Yo, esos rapstars se creen estrellas como Elvis. Yo estoy tranquilo, conectando mi pelvis. Estamos así, fluyendo con esto. Me gusta mejor Miles Davis. Un poco de jazz y un poco de coñac. Así me relajo, tranquilo, empiezo nada más a dar. Rap del bueno, rap del que se siente. Así para toda mi gente.
Yo hago rap puro, cierro mis ojos, me siento mudo. Pero al contrario, ahora rapeo con todo el mundo. Esto es expresión del coraza. Vamos aquí a rapeando con toda la raza. 514, ciudad multicultural. Traigo mis versos directo a Montreal. Tomando agua para refrescarme. Vamos a hacerlo esto tranquilo, no hay quien me arme.
Montreal, mi ciudad, parece un continente con tanta gente tan diferente, ¿verdad? Distintos matices y ambientes, es es más ardiente y fugaz como una noche en San Laurent. Y aquí me ven, si quieres llámame Juan, pero otra vez no es mi nombre, mira aquí te va. Puras letras que te caen como sopa de letras. Bienvenido a mi planeta, sopa de letras.
Can I kick it? Yes you can. Aquí está otro rapero, sí, un mexican. Nos movemos aquí en la onda, siempre siguiendo la frecuencia y en buena onda.
Yes.
Shout out.
No me pregunten, sigo en lo mismo, voy sin capucha, es mi cinismo. Dímelo Cristo, si le doy piso, tú me conoces, tú ya me has visto. El niño quiso ser perro fino, vienen los puercos, no me persino. Lo que cocino es pa' reales, va pa' carnales, que me proteja. La Super 30, una vereta que me vigile, no se casquille quién es el dealer. Yo traigo algo con lo que valgo, esta es mi alma, que es lo que trama. La vida es corta, la mente es loca, el chile no importa si la factura sale muy cara. Si la tortura nunca se para, aquí sin nada tenemos todo. Unos en piso, otros en lodo, plata con oro, se vuelve polvo. Lo que yo quiero es solo otro sorbo. Para el estorbo no traigo nada, para mis hombros pongo la espalda. En tu manada faltan agallas, en las acciones sobran palabras. Tiran y tiran, dime tú quién eres, cuál es tu clica, de dónde vienes, dime qué quieres, cuál es el miedo. Pinta maníaca, sigo de cerdo, si me enredo entre las espinas, tras de barrotes viven malillas. Barrio caliente, la muerte es fría, lo que decían, si ando con perros, si no hay dinero, soy carroñero, trago pa'l suelo por mis guerreros. Se acaba el juego, allá nos vemos, viene la muerte, yo no le temo. Si estoy enfermo, así me quedo, para ser perro, señas con dedos. Voy con el cane, con un tequila, esta va a estar firme como sus líneas. Mi terror, cholos tumbados, la movie de horror, junto con Te me pegó un loquerón. Ese mías de traite ese patrón, en tierra caliente ya está la misión. Al de confianza le suelto el pacón, no se me agüite si se da el topón. Desde las calles la regla se rompe, el diablo está firme y espera la orden. Ese es mi guante de ser más buscado, por los problemas que hubo en el pasado. Para envidiosos aquí no hay cupo, para enemigos en su barrio escupo. Gallo jugado listo para el trompo, letras maníacas con los locos. Caigan al barrio, perro no la cree, aquí en el jersey viene el 7-3. Tiro mi clica, firme la CP, de por vida perro somos 7-3. Somos 7-3.
That's true. They are trying to, suppress our mental health. I mean, oppression will do that, right? As the scriptures say, right? Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, right? And then the Lord, one of the curses was that we're gonna be, struck down with madness, right? Our mental health is at risk because we're oppressed, and we get, we go through all types of hell here in America. We got all types of madness thrown on us, right? We're told we're not allowed to get angry about the oppression that America does to us. We have to accept the abuse, right, and be thankful for it. We can never hate our oppressor. So you can only imagine the effect that has on your mental health.
Aquí estamos, Raza.
Yeah. Órale, Raza. Aquí huele. You already know, man. Hold on, let's get it started, Barack Yalla.
Hey, let's get it. TikTok as well.
So I gotta get my timing right, man. You already know we got it. We got it popping, man. So go ahead, priest. Formally introduce us, man.
Hey, listen, y'all watch all the brothers, y'all watch my sisters. You understand? It's Peace Officer 500, El Sacerdote Oficial de 500. Malakma y Barakiala. Ya sabe, como todos los lunes, todos los lunes, ¿entiendes? La pura neta, el show, el mejor, todo lunes, el
Sí,
mejor
eso
de la
somos.
tierra, antes de America on Fire. Ya sabe. So I got one. TikTok is ready, yeah? You can just jump on the live.
There, man.
Then shout out my nigga Sawab Kiloke. Right? You know, some interesting topic. I'm starting my speech. I didn't even have a drink yet. You understand? We have some interesting topics tonight.
Some interesting topics. Of course, tomorrow is the 4th of July. For America,
Night.
which I
You know
know.
what, other one?
Go ahead.
Talaka. I think we're just gonna start with this. You're right. 4th of July and the 1st of July as well. Because the 1st of July just passed, and you understand, over here it's the East Coast, so it's technically already the 4th.
I'm hearing fireworks go off left and right. Actually, you know what, Priest? Now that we got it, I got to get something out the way real quick and get a little disclaimer going on. Something I got to share on the screen real quick because, as of course, people have been messaging me out, especially fake Israelites, and talk about that I've been, wanting to debate them, that I'm over there, I guess commenting on their class, whatever they got going on. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna be the first to let y'all know that is not me. Okay, here in the ISUPK under Commander Junior Hanna, man, we're taught to be disciplined, and one thing we do not do over here is entertain you fake Israelites when you beg for our attention. Entertain y'all on the nonsense y'all teach, man. We were taught better than that, first of all. All right, so whoever you see, posing as me, claiming it's the ISUPK, I'm letting y'all know right now, all you fake Israelites, man. I want you to we got to make a clip out of this, Lord allow, you know what I mean, Barak Yalla, to let it be known, man. I am not on your pages asking y'all to debate, asking y'all friends. That is not me. That's probably them purple mariposas doing their black psyops, black ops, whatever it is they do. You know what I mean? Saying things that are off, that are not One West, that are not the ISU, but that is not me, man. That is not me. That is no officer in the ISUPK. You know what I mean? And that is not the ISUPK. And I'm gonna show you the fake account. Hold on, if I can, I gotta share this shit because it kills me to how low these cats go, man. You know what I mean? How low these fucking.
If you have in the chat on TikTok, Jonathan Schiff 5 he said, I know you guys everywhere in New York. Listen, Most High in Christ, Jonathan, if you're a brother, why are you not in the ranks with us? That's the real question. You understand? If you know what we do, you know Wagwan, you know what time it is. You understand? Come into the school. What's going on? If you're a brother, of course, because I can't tell with that picture. But it's like that. When you can jump on the TikTok, people are waiting for you. Then they're gonna say Mexicans are always late.
Man, I show up on Mexican time, man.
1 second. Illuminated 1213 wants a breakdown. No sweat. Anyone has a question or comment, put it in the chat. We'll address it. If you want to come on camera as well, we'll address it as well. Yes, and if you want to get a breakdown, we're just gonna wait for my brother Malakma to jump in. And
I'm hopping on the live right now.
Yeah, he's right here. So Illuminated, put your question in the chat. Jonathan, we're not Jewish. We're the real Jews the Bible speaks of.
Damn right. Shit,
we said breakdown on Romans chapter 12, verse 16. Let me just hold it for you. We're just gonna wait on Malakma to jump in the chat.
Breakdown on Romans chapter 12, verse 16. Let me just hold it for you.
You hearing a reverb out?
Am I getting a reverb?
Are you hearing a reverb?
I just heard a reverb for a second.
Okay, Khan.
I just heard a reverb.
Khan, all right. Okay, my mic's muted. No. All right.
It sounds too loud.
All right, Khan. Well, yeah, I muted my mic out.
On TikTok?
Khan, on TikTok.
Okay, no sweat.
Just getting this shit right real quick.
No sweat. We have a question. Someone wants to break down a Romans chapter 12 or 16, if I'm not mistaken.
Romans 12 and 16. All right, no sweat.
Give me 1 second. I'll let you get it.
Go ahead, priest. You got this. Know what I mean?
1 second. Oh, there it is.
Oh,
I'll
what the
let you get
fuck?
it. I'll let the man above me answer the question. Let me just, I'll read it though. I'll let you break it down. Let me just get it. We can read it for illuminated. Romans 12 and 16. Yeah.
All right, I'm right here on the screen. All right. You said Romans 12 and 16. So before we
Okay.
get to that, let me get back to what I was saying, right? So I'm sharing y'all on the streamer. I want y'all to see this account right here. And I want to clear the air. This is not me.
Illuminated, just bear with us.
All right, just real quick for all y'all out there watching, right? For all y'all out there watching that thinking that I'm going on your I never heard of half you cats coming at me with this. But that is not me, man. I'm not going on your pages, on your little breakdown videos, asking, trolling y'all and begging for a debate with y'all, man. That's not me. I just want to let this be known right now. That's not me, man. That's not the ISUBK. That's probably them purple sodomites, you know what I mean, and their little psyops they got going on. For some odd reason, I became the target of that. But just let it be known, this profile right here that you're seeing on the screen, that's not me. That's not the ISUBK.
You're famous, that's why.
Apparently, I. I mean, I am a Mexican, and it is known that the IUIC hates Mexicans. So So what happened here? What was their question? Romans what? Romans 12 and 16.
And we got also Rock in the chat. Hey, shalom, Ayar is on YouTube. For tuning in. He said he wants a breakdown of Romans 12 and 16. I can read it for you, Ottawa.
Con, I got it right here. I'll share it on the I'll share it over here too. Hey, IR Sri Lanka na yabashirata.
I don't think they can hear me on YouTube. Okay, no sweat.
Con, yeah, we weren't hearing you on YouTube. I was hearing you on the.
No sweat. I could
All right,
yeah, I could read it for
go
you.
ahead. I might need you. You know what I'm saying?
So this is
Go ahead.
the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 16. Be of the same mind one towards another. Mind not high things, but condescending, but condescend to men of low estate. Be not wise in your own conceits.
What is their question? What's your question, Illuminated One, in regards to the scripture? Go ahead.
If I'm not mistaken, he wants a general breakdown on it.
God, go ahead, Brock. Y'all get it. Because what you know what I mean.
I'll let you do it because I just have to make sure. No, just lock my doors real quick. Give me 1 second.
Like,
1 second. I don't want.
All right, no
right
sweat.
back. I'll let you get it though.
God, all right, no sweat. Oh, we know this is brotherhood. You know what I mean. You go to Romans 12 and 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto one God. Now, when you go to 16, right? Be of the same mind one toward another. Mind not high things, but condescend to men of the low estate. So this is talking about brotherhood. You know what I mean? More like the whole Bible, the whole point of the Bible is brotherhood. Okay, what does the low state mean? That's brothers in the low state. You know what I mean? Brothers that are out there, going through it. Go. Like are poor. Going through some, man. You know what I mean? There's brothers that are in the high state, brothers in the low state, and be brotherly towards them. You know what I mean? Be of the same mind one toward another. Might not hide things, right? Don't think of yourself better than the next brother, and think that you something they ain't nothing, right?
Right.
No,
Kind.
go ahead, Brack. What were we gonna say?
No, I was just agreeing. It's like this is the opposite of what the IUIC teaches. The
Right.
IUIC teaches that you're not supposed to make food drives or food giveaways. You're not supposed. IUIC teaches you're not supposed to feed the poor.
Right.
You understand? This is the total opposite of what the IUIC teaches, because that lets you know that other Israelites group, they don't listen and follow the Bible.
Right.
You understand? Like, we are all on one accord. Like, the UPK knows we're all oppressed.
Right.
You understand? But the IUIC think they're above everybody. The IUIC sees themselves as outstanding black citizens.
Right.
You understand? While they're just niggas like every other niggas. And the IUIC will look at Absam Malakman, other brothers like myself, and be like, yeah, you're a nigger or you're a spick.
Right.
You understand? I think they have an NDA in the IOC. You have to sign where you have to have a job. You understand? If you don't have a job, I mean, you cannot inherit the kingdom or some stupidness like that. You understand? Right. The IOC, they don't want to feed the poor because they're not supposed to provide to sinners or some nonsense like that.
Right.
You understand? Well, you're not even supposed to look at the brother in the low state and be like, yeah, you know what? How to say it in English properly again? Basically, there's a saying that we have. I don't know if you have the same saying in California or even in the States, that we don't watch pockets.
Right.
You understand? We don't watch what you got. We don't watch what you don't got. We're here for all Israel, regardless. You understand? It's like Absam Malakman was breaking down. This is about brotherhood, and we don't watch pockets.
Right.
You understand? The IUIC said don't feed the poor, but they go give out T-shirts to Kendrick Lamar.
If you go to verse 20, right, it says, therefore, if thy enemy hunger, feed him. If he thirst, give him drink. For in doing thou shalt heap coals of fire on his head. You know what I mean? So, your brother, you know what I mean? That's the food programs that we do. That's the prison programs that we do. Brothers in there are in low states. Brothers homeless on the streets are in a low state. The brothers that are going through hell in their houses are in the low state. You know what I mean? Our brothers across the border, right, that are suffering, our kids in those cages. Those are all people in the low state, right? And our doctrine, right, because we follow Christ, is the brotherhood, is the carnalismo.
Damn right. It's a lot, one, if I may.
Go ahead.
You understand? Like, because I was battling a Christian who was saying, we need to love our enemies, feed our enemies. I mean, the enemies that it's talking about, again, it's always about context. The enemies it's talking about, it was Israelites who were beefing with other Israelites. You understand? Like, Christ, a lot of Christ's enemies were his own people, but you think he was turning his back on his own people because they're ready to stone him? You understand? Christ was still going to feed his enemies who were other Israelites who were disagreeing with the truth. That's it. You understand? That's all it is. That, again, lets you know the IUIC hates their nation. Why?
Right.
Because they rather go help some stinking Africans. You understand? They rather go to India or trying to prove that Ruth was a Moabite to marry some bat eater. You understand? And then they're going to turn around and say, oh, the niggas and the spicks and the wetbacks, we got them. That's on tape. That's what they say. And then they say something about the Chinese and say, well, we cannot disrespect the Chinese. They hate their own people. They rather feed a stinking African than the niggas in the ghetto.
Right.
You understand? Than the niggas at the side of the border. That's what they rather do. The Illuminated say, IRC believe helping the people out is like giving free handouts when Christ fed the poor.
Good night, man. That
Good
and you
night.
know that's crazy, man. That's crazy that's what IUIC believes, man. And you know
Good
what?
night.
Let me say this, man. Y'all see this, y'all hear this, and you're in that organization. Y'all see the way they act and what they believe, and then y'all still in there, man. Y'all still in there and stay in there, man. Like how in the hell you gonna say that's of God? How the hell you gonna say that's of Christ when Christ fed the poor?
Right.
Christ's disciples fed the poor. Right, Brock Yeller? That was the whole thing, right? When the feeding, the fish and the bread. Then who were they give? Why were they multiplying the fish and the bread? Who were they trying to help out? Their people, Israelites, that were
Oh,
hungry and
God.
starving.
Salaki, Arwan. Not to stay too long on this topic, because we have a show to run, but Illuminated is right. It's that at the end of the day, the IOIC are the niggas that snitch on Christ. You understand?
Right.
IOIC would have been back there with Christ. They would have got all the Roman generals, all the Roman soldiers, and made sure
Right.
they surrounded Christ. That's who the IOIC is. The IOIC is the real, want to say, oh, well, it's because of the Jews that Christ was crucified. The Jews decided to, side with the oppressor instead of Christ. Well, that's the IOIC. This is the IOIC. You understand? They would. Christ was here today in 2023. They would have called the police on Christ. The police, the FBI, the RCMP, the CIA. You understand? Interpol. They would have called all law enforcement on Christ today. You understand? That's who the IOIC is. They don't have no spirit of Christ, whatever the case is. They hate the poor. They hate their own people. You
Right.
understand? And they're sodomites.
Right.
Slovakia. But yeah, Illuminated. Yes, then if you have any more questions or comments, go ahead and put it in the chat. Hopefully we answered your question. You understand? But let's get to these topics. Like we were saying, you understand? We're gonna start with 1st and 4th of July, because 1st of July, not we, but people in Canada celebrated 1st of July, which is Canada Day. 3 days later, you have 4th of July, which is the same thing, but in America, which is at the end of the day, the celebration of the genocide of the Native American Indians and, Black and Latino people. That's all it is.
Right.
You understand? Listen, to all Raza that's out there, y'all waiting for these 2 days to have a barbecue and light up fireworks?
Right.
Like, this is just imagine this. Imagine the Yiddish man today celebrating the victory of the Nazis and waiting for that specific day to just light up a barbecue and light up fireworks. That's
Right.
you. You understand? I seen on Twitter a devil saying, 4th of July is coming up, so I have to put up my flag, for pride and whatever stupidness she said. And that's just talking about the American flag. I'm like, that American flag is equal to a swastika. Like, imagine the Nazis saying, listen, we won, there was no Holocaust, we won the war now, let's celebrate and let's put up the swastika, and have the Jewish celebrate their demise. That's what it is. It's us celebrating our demise. You understand? 4th of July, we're still in chains. 1st of July, what is there to celebrate 1st of July? Canada Day. Canada was built off of the genocide of the Native Indian people. It is, this is true indigenous erasure.
Right.
It's a lot, y'all.
Canada Day. Would you say Canada Day is true indigenous erasure? That's what you said?
Damn right.
Know what I mean? That's it. July 1st and July 4th. And it's crazy that they're really close to each other, man. These 2 days, right? And that they represent the same thing. I'm gonna ask my question is this, man. For you so-called blacks and so-called Hispanics, right? The 4th of July, what is it? The commemoration of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, right? Where was where was so-called blacks and Hispanics when the Declaration of Independence was being signed?
Right.
Where were indigenous people when the Declaration of Independence was being signed? We were being unalived. We were being oppressed. We were being put in bondage. You know what I mean? Go ahead,
Salaki, other one. I could tell you where we were. Yes, and we were at the wrong end of the noose. That's where we were.
Right.
You
The
understand?
restraint. What is
We
it? The
were
restraint.
right above a fire.
Right.
You understand? That's what it is. So lucky. You're an Illuminated said you're an American on the 4th of July, but a nuisance on on July 5th. Damn
Right.
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 You understand? You're only an American when they need you to fight in the wars. You're only a Canadian when they need to fight in the wars as well. You
You
understand?
know.
1st and 4th of July, you're a patriot. The next
Right.
day, you're just a savage. You're just a nigger. You're just a spick. You understand? It's like back to 4th of July, it's the American dream. And when I say dream, it's because other people are asleep. Because the next day is like back to reality. We're in the ghettos. We're getting lynched. You understand? We're getting deported left and right. You know, we're getting mistreated because English or French is not our first language, whatever the case is. You know, we're
Right.
complaining too much because we want our land back. Listen, good night. You understand? Ayar said black and brown people turn up much more than our oppressor. That's the craziest part. Like, we
Right.
will party harder than the oppressor when we were not independent on the 4th of July. Like, what do we have to celebrate? Like, we're in the middle of summer. It's hot every single day, but you're waiting for the 4th of July to light up the barbecue. How
Right.
does that even make sense? Like, you're waiting for your oppressor to tell you, go ahead and light up the barbecue today, grill some steaks, chicken, whatever, on the 4th. Like, you're waiting for the permission of the oppressor to light up the barbecue and put some meat on the grill. When the first 4th of July that they were celebrating, you were the meat on the grill.
Right.
Look, go read the book, The Delectable Negro. You're gonna understand what I'm talking about. Like, you were the barbecue meat. You understand? You were that meat on the grill on the 4th of July. And these devils are so despicable. That book is called The Delectable Negro. What's delectable mean? It means delicious. Like, it's something you eat that you enjoy eating. You understand?
Right.
Not in a sexual deviant way like our oppressor is, but in the literal way where, you understand, delicacy exactly illuminated. That we were you understand? We were food to them.
Right.
Like, what do you think this is? And you have the
We
audacity.
became in the field, right?
Good night. See how this is biblical? You
Right.
understand? Like, we became meat to every beast in the field. And the oppressor, el pinche gringo, el pinche diablo que habla la Biblia, he's the most savage beast in the field. Good night. Then tell me that the Bible is false, or that we're not the actual Jews the Bible speaks of. Y'all don't know a goddamn thing. Salakia.
Right. The Bible is our story, as much as y'all don't want to accept it, right? The Bible's our story, man, and it's talking about us, man. Because I don't see any other people that this is happening to. The curses in Deuteronomy, the curses, you know what I mean? The oppression, the prophecies, everything happening in here, man. If it's us.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
You know the crazy part? We're going to say, oh, the Bible's a white man's book. I can't trust in it. Yet you're going to celebrate 4th of July. The 1st of July. Like, how does that make sense? Like, you're going to celebrate every single white man's holiday and turn around and say the Bible's a white man's book. I can't listen to it. Do you know how? What's that? You sound kind of like bipolar. Like, you could tell there's something wrong in your head. And what's wrong is really Stockholm syndrome. You understand? Where the oppressor gives you like, oh, well, you know what? Y'all allowed to celebrate Christmas or 4th of July. When 4th of July, again, we were the meat on the barbecue. Christmas, we were the gift. You understand? Thanksgiving, they were giving thanks to their God for the genocide they committed against us.
Right.
But then you're going to turn around and say, well, the Bible is a white man's book. Nigga, you follow after the white man. You're talking about the Bible, a white man book.
Right. That's what trips me out, man, is the Bible's the only thing we cannot follow because it's white. Meanwhile, you got no problem picking up that strap to go fight against your oppressor. You got no problem, learning math, learning English, learning Spanish, believing in their science and all the other things they teach But for some odd reason, Barakiala, when it comes to the Bible, now it's a problem. Now we can't trust it. You know, always when it's the Bible. I'll tell you why that is, man. The real reason why y'all don't want to rock with the Bible is because the Bible speaks against whatever it is you do. You know what I mean? A lot of y'all get high. Y'all get high, and the Bible condemns smoking weed. A lot of y'all are part of the alphabet mafia, and the Bible condones that. A lot of you sisters out there that speak against the Bible, first you're mad, one, because the Bible says that we suffer not a woman to teach, right? That if the Bible, instructs that, you sisters not be out in the battlefield, trying to be like a man. The Bible tells you sisters to be feminine, right?
Right.
That's another reason. And then y'all want to claim it's misogynistic and this and that. The other part of it is because the Bible speaks against whoredom, right? We could say that, right, Barakiala? Whoredom?
Oh, we could say that.
All right, because I know we on the TikTok. TikTok is like the most.
So like they're mad because the Bible slut shamed them,
right? And that's crazy. You know what I mean? Slut shaming, right? The fact that term exists. You damn right. It's slut shaming. Look at the result
of being a slut.
Right. Let me say this. Look at the result of what happens when you're a slut. Look at the broken homes. Look at the kids that suffer. Look at the child molestation. Look at the STDs. Look at the violence. You know what I mean? It goes back to being a loose woman and jumping from man to man. Gang beefs have started over women. You know what I mean? Now, that's not to,
right.
It's just the other part. We hold the men accountable. Black and brown men are always held accountable for what they do. No brother should be, going to let it, go unalive another brother over a female. You know what I mean? But in this society, you know what I mean? We are oppressed and we don't know any better, right? But a lot of you sisters, man, are wicked as hell, man. And especially when y'all push that woman's right to choose, that whole abortion, not realizing that it's right there out in the open where that whole Planned Parenthood, where abortion came from. Abortion is indigenous erasure, Barakiala.
Salakia, the one.
That is literal indigenous erasure. What you got at?
Salakia, I don't want to cut you off, but we might have to do an episode on that as well, because
damn right.
I have this clip of a devil saying, yeah, abortion was like some racial plot that they had against us.
Right. They admit it. They admit it. It's right there, right in front of your faces.
Right. And it's not like an old clip somewhere like in 1970s or 80s. It's like today, he's on TikTok saying, yeah, abortion is because, we're targeting the minorities.
Margaret Sanger's own words. The founder of Planned Parenthood. Her own words, man.
What he said, he was saying there was a belief at some point that the white race would be extinct. That's why we targeted minorities with abortion. That's what he said. Crazy, I'm just paraphrasing, of course. We're gonna pull it. We're gonna pull the clip next Monday, as a matter of fact.
Right. Yeah.
And for those on the East Coast, next Tuesday morning. But you understand, the point is, we're gonna bring that clip out because good night. The devil is saying, yeah, we were targeting minorities because we didn't want to go extinct. There's a belief that white people are gonna go extinct. So like the devils are gonna go extinct. As a matter of fact, it's not too far fetched. Go read the book of Obadiah. You're gonna understand what we're talking about.
Right. And then this, I pulled out Ezekiel 34:8, right? We're talking about this Ezekiel 34:8. As I live, saith the Lord God, surely because my flock became a prey and my flock became meat to every beast of the field, because there was no shepherd, neither did my shepherds search for my flock, but the shepherd
became the delectable Negroes.
Right. And fed not my flock, right? Our so-called leaders out there sold us out to this oppressor, man. You're celebrating the 4th of July because of leaders like Martin Luther King, because of your Christian path, because of even your tribal leaders, your revolutionary leaders. They all sold out to America, right? And encourage you to you know what I mean? Go ahead.
Not to come back on that topic, but the purple sodomite said, I'm just paraphrasing. There's a clip of the purple sodomite saying, we need to gather to all
On
so-called
the holiday,
unholy holidays. On
he said
holidays. He said we need
the
to
holy
gather on holidays.
Right.
You understand? I was like, what? He said they need to gather on holidays. Listen, they're not shepherds.
They're not. Though that's the
understand?
shepherd that it's talking about. Right here at the end, right where it says, neither did my shepherds search for my flock. That's literally what they do. That's why they don't, when the brother brought up the question about, Romans, what is it, 12 and 16, right? This is them right here. They're the ones that don't, they're not shepherds. They fed themselves, right? They kept all that food that they probably got from the food programs and everything they did for themselves. You know what I mean? And distributed it amongst their own. I mean, don't. I'm not saying that's exactly what happened, or I got proof of that. That's just a hunch. You know what I mean? Don't nobody say I'm lying or anything like that. But I would not be surprised if that's what happened.
We're not speculating, but as per what they said on tape, they're most likely, throwing steaks and chicken on the barbecue later on.
Right.
That's what they're doing. This is not too far fetched. Like they're here saying we need to gather on holidays. Listen, I would never throw a barbecue on the 1st of July, on the 4th of July, on the 25th of December, on whatever day Thanksgiving is, on the 31st of Halloween. Like these are just, you understand? I never ate turkey on Thanksgiving. Listen, you understand? I'm in the UPK. I'm like, listen, these days are just, shit, let me just sleep the whole day. As a matter of fact, if I'm working, I'm working. I'm not gonna take the day off. If I have the day off, I'll volunteer to work.
You know what would be too wild to do on Thanksgiving Day, on this oppressor's Thanksgiving? Go to camp. Have camp and start blazing.
Damn right.
Start blazing on these oppressors, man. But yeah, man.
Damn right.
Well, we got over here in the TikTok real quick. Any more questions? Anything?
Nah, no more questions. No comments on the TikTok. Don't feel shy, TikTok.
Right.
You're like Eliminated. Eliminated had questions, comments. He put it in the chat. He or she, who knows if it's a brother or sister, you understand? But he put it in the chat. You understand? Go ahead, put it in the chat. Any questions or comments? TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. You understand? Right. Don't be shy. If you want to jump on the live on the TikTok, jump on the live as well.
Right.
But listen, we have a few more topics, you understand? But at the end of the day, let me just pull one more scriptures before we touch topic out of one.
What you need?
I'm gonna go to Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31. You already know what I'm talking about.
Proverbs 3 and 31. All right, for sure.
You understand? Because y'all want to say the Bible is a white man's book. Let's not fall out to the Bible. Oh, I'm woke. I don't follow after the white man. I don't follow after the oppressor. I'm woke. This and that.
They be like, yes, my queen. At the same time, they say, yes, my queen.
They say, yes, my queen. They did. You understand?
All the sisters that have an issue with the Bible, that's the whole reason why. Because the Bible, builds up brown and black men, right? And doesn't let them rule over them, right?
What's it called again? The Bible's about toxic masculinity.
Right.
You understand? That's what they said. Nah, this is toxic masculinity. The man over the woman, the man having more than one woman, and the woman can say nothing about it. Listen, no one is forcing you to be in that relationship. Just don't open your legs to a man who has more than one wife. Because then what? You're going to complain about it after you slept with a man? You should have not slept with him in the first place.
Right. This is my question. I'll say this real quick. You're over here worried about whether he got another woman or not. You should be worried about how you are to that man. Whether you're a good woman to that man. Whether you're a good woman, you a strong, solid female, right? And I emphasize the word strong. Strong in being, you know what, you submissive to that man and you serve that man. You're a pillar of rest in him and you're not a monster.
Damn right.
Sisters don't want to face the fact that man went and found another woman because you horrible to him. You a monster. And you know the other one treats him better. I mean, that's the truth hurts, right? The truth hurts. But if you face it and you can change how you are towards that man. Go ahead, out.
So like I want two things. First of all, Ayar said the barbecue we should be celebrating is the fire weekend. Good night. Listen,
Damn right,
fire weekend. Hey, Salakia Ayar, if you could put the date of the fire weekend, Midwest Fire Weekend, you understand? If I'm not mistaken, it's from the 27th to the 30th of is it July?
Right.
July. 27th, 30th of July, we have the Midwest Fire Weekend. We're gonna wait for Ayar to put the information on the YouTube chat and give you the information, you understand? Next show, next week, we're gonna play a promo video for it if you want more information on that as well. But ICPK annual Midwest Fire Cookout. You understand? And the other thing I want to bring out about women being against polygyny, because women being against the Bible because it's about polygyny, they can't say nothing about it. Listen, monogamy is a oppressive culture in the first place.
If I could, I don't mean to cut you out. Add this to what you're dropping, right? How in the hell are you gonna say anything about polygyny, right? When you got 5 babies daddies. You know what I mean? When you got 5 babies, when you got 5 kids by 5 different men, and you want to talk about loyalty, you want to talk about you the prize. Go ahead.
I'm gonna bring it even further, right? How you gonna be against polygyny when you have multiple kids by multiple baby daddies and you're still sleeping around?
Right. You got an OnlyFans. You got
Good night.
What are those websites called? Tinder or whatever it is. Them you know, them apps where you go meet up, you know, with random men. You want to talk about you the one that you know that man is lucky to have you. I mean, the Bible gives you a reality check. And you know what it really is? God is giving you that reality check that you're running away from and don't want to face. But go ahead.
How you the prize when all the niggas already took a test drive in you? What are you talking about? You know, you're just running up the mileage and talking about I'm the prize. You know the brand new car. Stop the cap. You understand? You're like 20,000 miles past. Yeah, listen, good night. Let me just get to the precept, all right? Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31, it says, envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. You see the oppressor having fun, barbecuing, fireworks, partying, you understand? Right. Don't be jealous of it. Like, listen, the Bible has our parties, our celebrations. You understand? Good night, the Passover. Listen, Malakma was not Mexican at the Passover no more. He drank some 69%, 63% rum. He became Jamaican. You understand? Malakma showed me the utmost brotherhood. He's like, Salakia, I'm not going to let you drink that alone. I'm going to drink with you.
Damn right.
I was like, oh, Mosai Christ. You understand? Yashikar. Good night. Yashikar. Listen, if you haven't seen those Passover pictures, every time Yashikar was taking a picture, almost in every picture you see me.
You know what?
Listen, I was just going to say this, right?
Yeah, right.
Listen, Yashikar was turning around. He saw me just my head turn. He's like, what the fuck are you doing, Hack? What the fuck are you doing, essay? You know, get in the picture or to get canceled. Like, good night. I'm not in the council because I'm not in the picture. Like, that's how Yashikar got me in all the pictures. You understand? Right.
So like
the Passover is our kind of Salakia.
Go ahead.
Now I said the Passover is our biggest annual celebration. Like people think, I don't want to be in the Bible. It's boring. Listen, the Passover is not boring. Right. We gather together. We're one in unity. You understand? Okay, 1 second. We're one in unity. You understand? I wanted to see IR at the Passover. Lord willing, next Passover I see IR. You understand? We have the Feast of First Fruits, the Feast of Unleavened Bread. You understand? Like, good night. I was chopping it up after, I think it was the Feast of Unleavened Bread when I rolled with you in the car. We were chopping up with General Katam Gabar. You understand? Listen, the Bible is not boring. We should not envy the oppressor. We have our own celebration. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6 says we're a holy people, meaning we're supposed to be separate. Our separation is separate from the celebration of the other people, from what do they call it? The Ramadan, the Eid, the Christmas, the 4th, the 1st of July. Like, you want to celebrate everything the oppressor tells you to celebrate. But you don't want to celebrate what God tells you to celebrate. Listen, if you're a Christian, you hate God. Listen, anything outside of UPK is a Christian anyways. But the point is, stop following after your oppressor. Choose none of his ways. Don't celebrate 1st of July. Don't celebrate 4th of July. Just don't eat pork on whatever. Shit, don't eat pork. That's it. Salakia. Don't eat turkey on Thanksgiving. You understand? Don't go celebrating Cinco de Mayo with all the gringos out there thinking, oh, with Mexican pride. Ain't no such thing as Mexican pride on Cinco de Mayo. Mexico didn't celebrate Cinco de Mayo. I think it was only like one city. You understand?
Hey, Brock Yalla, Salakia Kanal. I have to interject real quick and say this. Do not talk about Mexican pride and you celebrating the 4th of July tomorrow. Do not talk about Mexican pride and you calling yourself Mexican American. You know what? In the words of, the Adawan, Officer Kazak Yad, right? Who always drop that heavy fire right there, man. You calling yourself Mexican American, you got no Mexican pride, man. Salakia.
Right. No, but that's pretty much it, Adawan, that was pretty much it. We'll just leave it at that. We're gonna jump on the next.
I just wanted to share the deep conversation we had, Brock Yalla, that there was something you said.
Listen, I don't know what you're talking about.
Something you said, you was like, "Hey, Adawan, since when do Mexicans rock cornrows?" I responded.
Wait,
I said,
did I say that?
You asked me that question, right? You're like, "Since when do Mexicans rock cornrows?"
Good.
And
Hey,
my
listen.
response was, I don't know why.
Listen.
I guess ever since Judites started rocking sombreros, cowboy hats and boots.
Listen, I don't recall that comment. Do not misquote me. You understand? Listen, I don't remember that comment. I don't know.
Oh my
God,
God, that's
talking about
funny, man. I was like, damn, I'd be damn.
Passover was a blast.
That was a blast.
You understand?
Man.
But do not listen to what this Mexican here just said. I never said nothing about Mexican and cornrows. I probably said something about Mexican in the cornfield.
Oh, dude, Salakia. You said there's one do Mexicans wear do-rags. There you go.
Good night, do-rags. Nah, that's foul. Listen, he's trying to make me look bad now.
Man.
You understand? I'm Mexican and I wear cornrows and do-rags. I don't know what he's talking about.
Like I said, man, at the UPK, Mexicans rock do-rags and Judites rock, sombreros. And it's all love.
Yeah, what do Benjamites rock?
But you tell me, Benjamins rock sombreros too, and boots.
Damn right.
And set up.
Good night, Benjamites. Listen, I thought I brought you to the restaurant. Listen, we're not gonna be too long-winded because right now we're about to reminisce the Passover. I brought Yashikar to the Mexican restaurant next to my hotel. He couldn't believe it. He's like, "How is it a Benjamite like showing me a Mexican restaurant?
Damn.
What is going on?"
Yeah. Damn.
You understand? Plus, that Mexican restaurant. Listen, that was the best restaurant I ate during that Passover week. You understand? I was like, good night. Listen, they had taquitos. They had good night. We had the taco de birria over there. I was like, good night. Yeah, I wish Ayar was there. The only thing was missing was Ayar and the Chapulinas.
Ayar and Kazakia, man,
Ayar and Kazakia, the Chapulinas.
The Chapulinas, man.
Good night, the Chapulinas. Listen.
This brother,
I'm more Mexican than a Mexican. I eat chapulinas with fried corn.
Hey, you want some chapulinas? I'm pretty sure there's crickets right outside right now. Just go get some real quick.
Nah, the city crickets are not Tawab. The desert crickets is a whole different story. The city crickets, it's like pigeon. Would you eat a pigeon from New York City?
Hey man. Hey man.
Listen. We're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna make a whole episode talking about Leviticus chapter 11. What food will we eat from where? You understand? Yeah, that'll probably be next episode. What do you say? Would you eat that lab grown meat that Bill Gates approved?
We already probably done already ate it. You know what I mean? You go to McDonald's, you get them chicken nuggets, you get that on McChicken. You know what I mean? They already put that in there.
I don't go to McDonald's.
Oh, you go, it's Salakia. You know what I mean?
You understand? But yeah, let's switch it to the next topic. You understand? What do we have? Oh, good night. Listen, talking about following the oppressor. Could you pull the clip of the brother saying, let's deport these illegals, while his tribes most likely are illegals?
Yeah. That's definitely
that's
transition into.
Look at the irony. You understand? Hey, Tawada Ayar for sending us the information. If you could, I don't want put it on the screen around the end of the show to remind them of the Midwest Fire Weekend. You understand?
Let's get it. So, let me introduce it, Barack, y'all. So, of course, I'm sure a lot of y'all have been seeing this circulating on the internet, right? About the and this shows you, right, the power of the internet. You know what I mean? And that no matter what you do, you get, what the scriptures say, whatever you do in the darkness, that shall come to light, right? Well, there was an incident with some high school students, right? That were, I guess they went at it with a street vendor and were saying some pretty racist things to her, like calling her an illegal, go back to Mexico, something along the lines of that. Right. And it's sad, right? It's sad that these cats do that when they're Mexican themselves. And then, of course, one of them is a so-called African American, right? A Judite brother. And it's like, do y'all not know who y'all are, man? Do y'all not understand, that what you do, you're not going to get America's respect, right? America's not going to look at you like, oh, you're one of the good ones. Oh, you one of us. They're still going to look at you like another, another nigga, another spick, another wetback. So, like, I don't know if I can say that for the TikTok. I recant my statements, but what I'm saying.
We're still live.
Yeah. They're going to look at you as the racial slur that they always called you, right? And the only reason why y'all do this is because you have been indoctrinated by America. So here's the clip, right? I'm gonna share right now. It just
for those on TikTok who want to see what we're talking about, go on our YouTube page, UPK La Pura Neta Podcast. Yes, and to see the clip we're about to play. We're also on ISPK Mexico on Facebook, ISPK Latino America, ISPK Los Angeles, and Twitter. UPK La Pura Neta Podcast as well. You understand?
So here's the video. This happened, of course, in my state, in my zone, right? Southern California, Rancho Cucamonga, Upland, I guess he knows what it's saying, which are two cities on the way, not too far away from where we are at, And of course, out there, right, those areas, those zones is predominantly white, upper class. So of course, when you get, so-called blacks and so-called Hispanics living out there, they already think they're white. They already, want to be the oppressor and get their respect and love. You know what I mean? Because some of the most racist white people live in that area, in those areas, right? So that, as a matter of fact, it's so evident that you seen the movie Next Friday, right, Barack Yalla? You remember that scene with the mailman?
With the who? Salakia?
With the mailman?
Karawakan in Rancho Cucamonga, and he was like giving an eviction notice.
Right, he was giving them an eviction notice, and already he's all like, "Hey, what's up, homie? Oh, I don't want you cap in my ass." You know what I mean? Like, that's that one actor. I forgot what his name is, but another. That's a whole different thing.
The one. Was that the actor in the movie? What's it called? Higher Learning, the white boy who became a skinhead.
So. Khan, I believe so. He's the
Michael Rappaport.
That guy, yeah. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Being racist. You know what I mean? It just shows you how these oppressors are, man.
And Salaki, you know what's funny about that actor? He always say, you know, he's not racist, whatever the case is, but he plays racist roles.
Right.
Like he played the role of a skinhead who became a school shooter.
Right. That's crazy, man. Damn these oppressors, man. But Khan, here's the clip. Let's play it and get more into that. Oh, no sound. Hold on.
Send the illegals back. Send those illegals back. Papales. Señorita, papales.
Keep talking. Keep talking.
Oh, that none of those lobes.
I hope your mom sees this shit.
It's like a deer. I can't hear the sound.
2024, he's coming back too. Look at that. Fuck Sleepy Joe Biden, nigga. Back. Send the illegals back. Send those illegals back. Papales. We don't want papales. Papales. Señorita, papales.
Keep talking. Keep talking.
Oh, that none of those lobes.
I hope your mom sees this.
You heard what that brother said, right? Go ahead, Doc.
That Hispanic brother, his parents or his grandparents, as a matter of fact, you know, were probably illegals, so-called illegals.
Right. These dummies really said 2024. We talk about Trump, right? That Trump's going to win the 2024 election. Like, bruh, do you not look in the mirror and see what you are? You think Donald Trump is going to love you? You think Donald Trump loved Kanye West? Is that what it is? You saw Kanye West, and when he was praising Donald Trump, you thought Donald Trump looked at him with love, right? Where was Donald Trump at when Kanye said what he said about the Jewish man?
Right.
Since y'all think, you know, that as long as you act racist towards your own, as long as you hate your own and you side with your oppressor, you think they're gonna have your back.
Shalom, Mark.
Most High in Christ. Where we got him at, Doc?
He's on TikTok.
Oh, he's on TikTok. Okay.
He's still in the chat. But I like it. I'm just gonna say this other one. You know why people don't believe Trump is a racist? Because Lil Wayne got a pardon, Kodak Black got a pardon, so Trump cannot be a racist. That's why they think Trump is not a racist. Trump cannot be a racist. He pardoned Lil Wayne and Kodak Black. Now these brothers are free. That's why Trump cannot be a racist. Trump cannot be a racist. You know why? Because he goes to Taco Bell and he eats some hard shell tacos. Salakia. So that's why Trump cannot be a racist. Trump cannot be a racist because you have brothers like Henry Cejudo saying, I'm a Latino for Trump and I'm not Mexican. I'm American.
What the hell?
I'm born in Los Angeles, so I'm not Mexican. Like, I know my background, but I'm American.
Oh my God.
Because of brothers like these, Trump cannot be a racist.
Right. And that's the problem, like y'all. If I could, that was what we had, no shepherds, right? That's what the previous scripture said. What was it?
Right.
Ezekiel, right? We had that's the proof that we have no shepherds, man, because these are people that have a reputation, right, for being who they are. You ever notice, right? When you see these celebrities that are other ethnicities and other races, I give you the example, China Mac, Stupid Young, right? What did they say? When things were being said about the Asians, they immediately took up and spoke up for their people, right?
Okay.
China Mac, you know what I mean? And he got his props for that, right? For stepping up and speaking up for his people like he's supposed to, right? That's the only thing that he'll get, you know? He's still a culture bandit, you know. But the point is, these other nations, when hatred is thrown at their people, they don't go and excuse the oppressor. They don't go and excuse Donald Trump. But for some odd reason, right, when it comes to so-called blacks and so-called Hispanics, we side with our oppressor. We excuse them. We let them get away with it. Because we have no shepherds.
Salakia, other one.
Go ahead.
Wasn't Trump the one who said Haiti is a shithole country?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Kodak Black is like Trump can be a racist because he, you understand? This is just like Lamentations chapter 4 verse 17. When you look at a nation for help, but in vain. You understand? Kodak Black, look at Trump, like, he's gonna give me a pardon. I'm not gonna end up doing like time in jail, which he did get a pardon. But Kodak, listen, a reminder, brother. You understand? Trump thinks that your country is a shithole country.
Right.
That's what Trump said about Haitians. But I think Kodak Black is too high to remember that.
Can you imagine?
You understand? And also Salakia, the one, if I may, right? It reminds me also about all these brothers and sisters saying, they forgave Dylan Roof Storm for the shooting in the church.
Right.
That's Christianity right here. Christianity teaches you to love your oppressor no matter what he does to you. And no matter how bad he's oppressing you, you always have to forgive your oppressor. Why? Because in the eyes of a Christian, God is an oppressor.
Right.
You understand? That's why you will always forgive Donald Trump. That's why y'all voted for Joe Biden and didn't take offense when Joe Biden said, "Oh, if you don't vote for me, you're not black."
Good night. Like, it worked.
Like, listen, the funniest thing is that the white man will tell you, if you don't trust the white man, you're not black. I know that's it. Good night. Hey, yo, whoa, wait a minute. Why go on now?
What?
Listen.
No mames way.
No mames way. A la verga, pinche puto.
La verga way.
The thing is that
no mames way.
The oppressor will tell you if you are black or not. The oppressor will tell you how black you are. The oppressor will tell you how you're supposed to act as a black or brown person.
Right.
You understand? Like, if you're really proud to be Mexican, you need to be proud to be Mexican American. If you're proud Latino, you understand? It's like you need to wave that American flag, but still celebrate like Cinco de Mayo if you live like in Cali or Texas, whatever the case is. That's what your oppressor will tell you.
You know what?
I'll tell you, listen. Go ahead,
Salaki, right? I'm just gonna say real quick while you're speaking. I'll wave an American flag, no problem. Here, I'm gonna wave it for him right now. Go ahead, I'll continue.
No sweat. Yeah, that's that. The oppressor will tell you, listen, if you don't support your oppressor, you're not a real black man. Like, how does Joe Biden knows what is a real black man? How does he know how black people are supposed to act? Yeah, that's the crazy part to me. It's like the oppressor tells you you're not black if you don't vote for him, and y'all just go vote for him because you don't want to get your black card revoked. Good night. As if he gave you the black card in the first place. Right.
Here you go. There's my American flag waving right there for all you, Latinos for Trump, all you Edomites, all you oppressors. There's my American flag I'm waving tomorrow, man. Exactly like that. I'll spit on that flag. You know what I mean?
Shit, that's gonna probably be the barbecue fuel.
Right, it's gonna be the barbecue fuel right there, F that flag, man. It's like fuck that flag. You know what I mean? And I say that not here's the other part, right? Because when we say that, right, when we show this we're supposed, man, so we don't have the trigger warning thing yet, you know what I mean? But trigger warning, because you're gonna get a lot of pro-Trumpers, Republicans, slaves come at us, and get offended. You can't do that. How can you hate America? Why don't you pack up and leave and go back? You hate America so much, go back to Mexico.
No sweat.
No sweat. Need you a history lesson? Need you a history lesson on what this was? Y'all act like I'm the guest here in my own home. I'm home. Right. America's the guest. America's the one that hates my people. America's the one that hates Mexicans, that hates so-called blacks, that hates so-called Native Americans, that oppresses our people. And you telling me I can't be mad about that?
If I may.
Go ahead.
If y'all so tired to be around black, Hispanics, and Native Indian people, why don't you go back to the caves?
Right.
Salakia, Hakayan, if you're still on TikTok, let me know. Do they say the same thing in the UK? Go back to Jamaica, go back to whatever island you're from, You understand?
Right.
Because they don't like to be around Israel. I mean, if you say the same thing, because I know in France they like to say that shit. You understand? In France they like to say, if you're not happy in France, go back swinging and eating bananas in the Caribbean islands in Martinique and Guadeloupe. Well, listen, you're not happy around us. Why don't you go back to the caves that you came from in the first place? Because you're not the real Europeans either.
Right.
You understand? Like, listen, y'all just gentrifying the whole
Go
planet.
back to the zoo where y'all came from.
Right. Go back. Listen. Go back to the wilderness. That's all. That's what y'all need to do. You understand? Go dig a hole. Dig a hole in the mountain and make a fire pit or something and call it home, because this is where you come from in the first place.
Right. Y'all worse than Don. You know what I mean?
Good nice.
But
my Ruby has more manners than them.
Right. I wish you know what I mean? Like, blow up this picture and push this everywhere tomorrow, man. May God rain on the 4th of July. You know what I mean?
Oh, good night.
Forget this stinking holiday, man. This is not our holidays, black man and brown man. This has nothing to do with us. You know how, and it dawned on me, Brock, you know how disgraceful this holiday is? You would never, and I'm gonna speak it. I'm gonna speak in the language of someone in the world, right? You would never celebrate the birthday of the murder of your brother.
Right.
You would never celebrate the birthday of the murder of your brother, man.
Salakia, if I may.
I mean, I don't know. So I could be wrong, Brock, y'all. I mean, we did see Bottom Jean's brother hug his killer. That's how destroyed we've been made. But by the logic, you can understand how disgusting it is that you go and celebrate the birthday of the murder of your brother. You go have a party, you go have birthday cake with him and give him presents, You see how treacherous and evil that is? Well, that's what the Lord thinks. You offend the Lord and celebrate the 4th of July. Let's go to Amos, right? It's in the Amos.
Chapter 5, verse 21.
God. Amos 5 and 21. Damn right, Doc. Same body, different members.
If I may, other one, celebrating the 1st of July, which is Canada Day, or the 4th of July, it's just like celebrating Columbus Day. Plain and simple. You understand? It's the exact same thing. You're just celebrating Canada Day, 4th of July, Columbus Day. What's it called again? Thanksgiving. You're just celebrating the genocide of our people. That's all you're doing. Again, imagine the so-called Jewish man, the Salakia TikTok, the so-called Yiddish people celebrating the victory of the Nazis. That's pretty much what you're doing.
Here you go, Brock, y'all. I got this one for you right here, man.
Kind of
you can wave your Canadian flag, you know what I mean, for Canada Day.
What is it? What did Benjamin say? Fire for that.
Let's see if I get the right image right here. Because the picture didn't load up. Oh, here we go.
Imagine the oppressor telling you, yeah, you're allowed to celebrate the genocide that we committed against your people. Like, we give you permission to do that. That's what y'all doing.
You know what we should do, Brock Yalla? This is what we should do, man. On 420, right? April 20th, which is allegedly Hitler's birthday, right? You should go up and ask the Jewish man how he feels about this day. See, ask them what they think about Hitler's birthday. And record how angry they get knowing this is Hitler's birthday.
Salakia, Illuminated said, why do the 12 tribes easily intrigued by conspiracy theories, but to tell them they're Jews, it burns them? Listen, that's because Hosea chapter 4 verse 6 says, we are destroyed for lack of knowledge because we reject the knowledge.
There's another precept that I can bring out to answer the brother's question, right, or sister's question. After I'm gonna go to it after this one, right? Or
I'm holding Amos,
if
Padawan, eh?
you could go to Ezekiel 3, and I believe it's 3, the 3rd chapter or the 4th chapter.
And while I get that in illuminated, where is your father from? Like, what is your background, if you may?
Yeah, Ezekiel 3 and 4. I'm gonna tell you why.
3 verse 4.
Right.
I got it, other one.
All right, go ahead, Doc.
Ezekiel chapter 3 verse 4. And he said unto me, Son of man, go, get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them.
Right. Next verse.
Karawakan, verse 5. For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of an hard language, but to the house of Israel.
Right. So for thou art not, the first verse, right, 3 and 4 said, Son of man, go and speak my words unto the children of Israel. 3 and 5 says, for thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of a hard language, but to the house of Israel. You could now go to verse 6.
Karawakan, verse 6. Not too many people of a strange speech and of a hard language, whose words thou canst not understand.
Right.
Surely had I said,
I'll go ahead. I said, not too many people of a strange speech and of a hard language whose words thou canst not understand. Right. So this talk about, go to Israel. Right. I'm sending you to Israel. I'm not sending you to a strange people, to another nation. Right. When it talks about a strange speech and a hard language which you can't understand, this is talking about another nation of people. God is telling you to go prophesying to the Israelites and not to another nation of people. Now read the next part.
Karawakan, surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee.
Right. Surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. If we were to go tell Asians, right, Arabs, East Indians, right, that they're God's chosen people, they would listen to us. They would be like, oh, really? You know what? You're right. Yes, I've always thought to be God's chosen people, right? There's all types of movements out there, right? You got the Ethiopian Jews, you got the Africans, claiming to be the whatever it is they claim, like the other tribes, right? They claim to be Gad and Zebulun and Issachar. You got East Indians out there claiming to be Israelites, right? If we were to go tell them that they're Israelites, they'll believe us, right? But when we tell, Native Americans, when we tell so-called Hispanics that they're Israelites, they don't listen to us. But we go tell East Indians, they'll listen to us. They'll believe us, right? Go to the next verse.
Kawakan, verse 7. But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee.
Right, but the house of Israel will not hearken unto you. As I said, you go to Israelites and tell them they're Israelite, they will not hearken unto us, man. They won't listen to us, right? They'll say they'll believe it'll burn them, right? Keep reading that.
Right. Karawakan. For they will not hearken unto me, for all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted.
Right. So illuminated 213. The reason why it burns them when you tell them they're the Jews of the Bible is because Israel is impudent and hard-hearted, meaning stiff-necked. They don't want to hear it, man. It shakes their world because we here's the problem with us, man. We have become so comfortable in being slaves. We have become so comfortable in being second-class citizens, man. You know what I mean? Esau gives us a little bit of water, a little bit of food, a little bit of, relief, and we think everything's all good. And we don't want to give that up. That's why during the time of Moses, right, you had wicked Israelites that wanted to go back to Egypt, that didn't want to leave. They didn't want to go be in the wilderness because they did not want to give up the wealth. They did not want to give up their status, right?
Right.
Stockholm Syndrome, exactly. They sided with their oppressor, and that's the problem today, man. A lot of our people, because they're Christians, because they hate their own brothers and sisters, They don't want to be God's chosen because they hate themselves. They don't want to be God's chosen people. They can't believe that they're God's chosen people. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what it is. But Salakia.
No, no swear one. That's exactly what it is, because we're so stubborn that we don't want to believe. You know what? We're not God's chosen people. God loves everybody. Guess who told you God loves everybody? Your oppressor. Like, listen, you see how y'all don't want to listen to the Bible when the Bible says you're you're supposed to be on top of everybody. You don't want to be on top of everybody because Martin Luther King said you go ahead, hold hands with a little white boy and hold hands with a little white girl and dance round and round and sing gospel songs with white boys and white girls. That's why you don't want to accept that you are the special people of this world. You understand? You better hold hands with a little white boy and a little white girl than hold hands with a brown boy or brown girl. You don't even understand how destroyed you are. You understand? You don't even want to listen to reason. Like, you see the stubborn kids who think they're always right when they tell you, listen, you play with fire, you're gonna get burned. And it takes you burning yourself to understand, well, you know what? Maybe I was not supposed to play with the fire. It's gonna take all those race wars, all those plagues, all this destruction coming into the world, which is gonna be our next topic. To understand that, you know what? Maybe I should have separated from the heathens. Maybe I should have listened to the men of the Lord in the ISUPK when they told me to separate from the heathens and to gather together with my people. You understand? Maybe I should listen to the man saying, we are the ISPK, we're the home of the truth. And the commanding general Yohana, we are the true Jews the Bible speaks of. We are a special people. And the Lord only loves us and not everybody. Maybe I should have tried to stop saving Caucasians. Maybe I should, quit being purple.
Right.
Maybe I should just left the IUIC alone.
That's right.
You understand? Y'all, these days are coming when y'all are going to understand. And the sad thing is that for a lot of our people, they need to understand the hard way. Like, it takes a tragedy for them to understand, listen, you know what? Yeah, you know what? Let me make a 360 and change my whole life around.
Right.
You understand? Maybe these brothers are right. These brothers on the street corners yelling that the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of, maybe they have something, maybe they're actually making sense.
People forget, Barak Yallah. Like what the scripture say when they were referring to Christ? It said, can any good thing come out of Nazareth? That's one, right? And two, they forget how hated Christ was during his time, right? What the scripture say, if the world hated you, just know that it has hated me, right?
Right.
We get hated on. Go ahead.
No, Salaki, I was going to listen. It's like y'all in a Roman Salakia. Illuminated said they put different traps, institutions through Roman Catholic Church to be a good slave. Exactly. Listen, y'all are joining the cool kids right now. What is to be the cool kid? It's to be a Catholic. It's to be a Christian. It's to be a Muslim. Everything outside of the UPK is basically Christianity. And y'all joining the cool kids. When y'all need to remember that, just like Malakma said, Christ said himself, you understand, you think the world hates you? Well, guess what? The world hated me before. Like, Christ was not the cool kid on the block. You understand? Like, the ISPK, we're not the cool kids on the block. That should let you know that we actually follow Christ, because, y'all want to talk about numbers and, we have the more members or whatever nonsense the other so-called Christian Israelites say, right? Listen, Christ is probably one of the most hated persons in the Bible. You understand? General Mahayman brought that out. I think, was it during class or during America on Fire? Someone told General Mahayman, like, he's the most hateful person on the internet. I was like, good night. Listen, I want to follow that man. You understand? That man follows Commander General Yohana, who follows Christ.
Right.
You understand? Say less. I'm the most hated. I'm the most controversial. I'm like, no sweat. Listen, I know. Listen, I'm not going to turn back. You understand? The only reason they hate is because, just like Officer Malakma brought out earlier, right? The only reason our brothers and sisters are against the Bible, because it speaks against the evil, wicked things that they partake in. Like the Bible speaks against getting high. It speaks against sleeping outside of your race.
Right.
Yes, it speaks against being a full-blown purple sodomite.
Right.
Is that it speaks against child molestation. It speaks against following after another culture that is not yours. It speaks against eating pork. Just because of that, because you love pork so much, like, you know what, I cannot follow the Bible. You love getting high so much, I cannot follow the Bible. You love sleeping with snow bunnies, so you cannot follow the Bible.
Good night.
Like, you will rather go against God for a snow bunny, just like Martin Luther King did. Don't believe Martin Luther King wanted integration because he wanted, peace for our people. He was just a sexual deviant. That's all he was.
Right.
He wanted to have orgies with snow bunnies. And because you have the spirit of Martin Luther King, you're going to go against God? Because God told you not to sleep with snow bunnies, with bat eaters, with camelback riders. You want to go against God? I rest my case.
Nah, God, not. If I could, I'll say this, right? Martin Luther King also is proof, right, that we have no shepherds. That's all this going on right now is the proof that the Bible fits us out, And let me go back. Let's go back to that incident right before we go to the next one, right? Let's finish this.
Kind of what kind? It's like, give me 1 second. I don't want.
No sweat out. But of course, this occurred right in this shows, right?
He's coming back too.
Idiots, man.
Like, send the illegals back. Send the illegals back. Send those illegals back. Papales. We don't want papales. Papales.
These are some straight up no sabo kids, man.
Keep talking.
I none of those lows.
He said he none of those lows. This brother right here, man. This brother's got issues, man. And this whole situation shows, right, the power of the internet. And what can happen, right? That's why y'all should wise up and be careful with what you say and how you come at people, right? And especially you want to say something that's racist, right? And hateful towards, so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Americans, because you will get found out, you will get tracked down, and you will get confronted, and your life will be ruined, right? You already see how they do a lot of these people. You better not let your emotions get to you and make you say some, what's that saying? Don't let your mouth write a check your ass can't cash, right? Y'all need to learn to watch your mouths, man, especially these young kids, man. It's sad that it's Israelites, doing this against another Israelite, right? These brothers are oppressed, man. These brothers are going through some, right? And they, dished it out. They basically, what's that saying, Black Yellow? Hurt people, right? But there's more to the situation with this cat. Let me pull out the next video, right, concerning these two guys that were behind it, right? And like I said, man, this situation shows the power of the internet, right? So this is the first, the second follow up on this guy. This cat's a rapper, I believe, is what he is. But look, they already found him, man.
That's what Ayer said. Ayer said, I think that. What's Ayer said? That fool's a well-known rapper.
Right.
Pinto Tío Thomas.
God.
And I guarantee you, like, his music sounds stupid as hell.
This is music right here. I got it right here. Salakia. All right.
Yeah, Salakia. I have to turn down the YouTube on my phone to make sure there's no reverb on TikTok.
Send those illegals back. Send the illegals back. Send those illegals back. Send those illegals back. Back.
I don't wanna argue, baby, come and fuck it up. Bands in my pocket, so I'm gonna stun it up. Give it chain go.
Yeah, this nigga looks goofy.
He looks goofy, but the sad part is, like, carnal, this is what they say about your parents, man. Your parents endured this. You endured this, right? The other brother, man, the Judite brother, man. What do you think they tell you? What have you faced? Tell me, you know what I mean? You look like a sucker, man, doing this, right? Here's another one on this cat. Right here. Right, this is the power of the internet. You get found out, you get exposed, right? This the brother, man. He's a light-skinned brother, but But you can tell, you know, like these white people aren't gonna start. Look, you got all the fences.
He's not staying in the sun too long. That's his problem. Let him stay in the sun for an extra half an hour. You understand? He's not going to be saying those comments anymore. He's going to be worried about himself getting deported.
He thinks this is a promotion for him. He thought, you know, this is going to help him out.
Like, that's crazy. Instead of separating ourselves from our oppressor, we'd rather go at it against each other.
Right.
Like, this is Raza telling Raza, like, you know, deport them all.
Right. And then lastly, man, this brother right here, the Judite brother, man, he's under investigation for some shit.
Oh, good night. Before we jump to the next topic, let's touch on this, because that Judite brother is, you know, he's out there on the internet making a fool of himself, telling with the other Mexicans, you know, yeah, let's deport the illegals, let's deport the Mexicans, whatever. But he's under investigation for what? For being purple.
Being disgusting.
He's under investigation for doing some IUIC GMS type of shit.
Right.
Good night. For those who are on TikTok, go to our YouTube page if you want to see the clip that we're playing.
We're really
on
close to
La
the
Puraneta on YouTube.
When we got to the park, he was there.
Facebook, I speak in Mexico.
Now, what you see in these
I speak
DMs,
in Latino
it's a little
America.
demon time. It's a little demon
speak in
time.
Los Angeles, and Twitter, you pick it up Puraneta podcast también.
Khan, you see the clip? All right, Khan. So I got it up right there. I like you know what I mean. Got the clip up. Now I'm gonna play it, and this is just crazy, man.
Bruh. It's a little demon time. It's a little demon time.
But it's funny because I never had sex with this bitch a day in my life. My dick has never been inside of this bitch.
Listen.
There was a girl I
We're
was
not
with,
saying
and she performed something.
You're not
on
saying
me.
he's guilty. We're not saying he's not guilty. But the
not
thing is
knowing
that
her
that's
age, she
crazy.
told me
How
she
are
was
you
turning
under
18.
investigation
Told me
for?
she was turning 18.
Right,
So she's turning 18, right? Okay, so we're like 5 months older, right?
Listen, that's some polite shit.
He's 22 years old. He's messing with a 13-year-old.
Should I done that? Whatever. Okay, but niggas are 20 with 15-year-olds every day.
Good night.
Anyway, listen. So
good, nice. This cat, this guy. By the way his hair is colored, you know what I mean, and what he's saying, he's a straight up sodomite. You know what I mean?
He's not purple. He's orange. Salakia.
He's orange. You know, I believe orange is a complimentary color. Oh no, it is not. Salakia.
Is it orange on the rainbow?
It's a color of the rainbow, but you know how you have your primary colors, your secondary colors. You know what I mean? The green, yellow, orange, and purple. You know, this brother right here, man, he's straight up. You know, you could tell he's straight up sodomite, and this comes to show you how the alphabet group is based in white supremacy. You know what I mean? Because you got your members of this said community that are openly hateful and racist towards towards so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native Americans. This is an instance of self-inflicted, but still, nonetheless, you know what I mean? Being what they are, what they do, you see what drives them to act this way, you know?
Right.
And this brother, man, like he told her, like, he told the sister, right, that he would, bust in her earlobes. Now we see why he says that, because he's nasty, man. He's a sexual deviant. They're gonna, they gonna piece him up, man. He about to be PC'd up.
Listen, I'm not gonna repeat the comment because we're on TikTok, but IR just killed me with that shit.
I find out this bitch's real age. I'm like, yo, I can't do this anymore. We're done.
Listen,
what's also concerning is what he's done to animals that we can't show here.
Oh wow!
This is just,
you know what's alarming about that is that that's what serial killers do. But you know what his problem is he's trying to, like I said, he's a sexual deviant. He's trying to be like the oppressor, man. Now we go to John 8:44 to bring out what his issue is, man.
You are of your father the devil.
Right, and the lust of your fathers he will do, right? I believe it's John 8:44, so like I might have that wrong.
Kind of what kind? John chapter 8, verse 44. Let me grab it for you, Ottawa. I got it whenever you're ready.
Come, Most High in Christ died. Right, this is what
the
the
book
Bible
of John
says,
chapter
right?
8, verse 44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do.
Right. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. Now, who brags about sleeping with kids or messing with kids? Esau does that, man. That's all in their culture. You look at the Greeks and the Romans and what they did, and you know, they did all that nastiness, man. These heathen nations act like that, and we do that when we try to copy these other nations, man. When we follow the ways of the oppressor, man. You know what I mean? That's what happened. Good. Go ahead, Brock Yalla.
No, Salaki one. This is Babylon. This is Rome all over again. Like there was a class, I think, yeah, it was with Officer Gam Gabar of the UK. There was Hakayan in the class, and they were breaking down how the Romans actually had laws. Like they were allowed to molest kids, they were allowed to sexually assault other men. They, you know,
animals, I'm assuming.
That as well. You understand? Like the Romans, even those who had wives were having their wives' hair cut short and dressed up like a Roman soldier so that they would emulate them having, you understand? You see what's wrong? Like this is our oppressor. Our oppressor is a sexual deviant from the beginning. And listen, we're not just pointing the finger at our oppressor, the devil the Bible speaks of, but because who did he copy? He copied the Egyptians, who are an African nation, who copied the Babylonians. You understand?
Right.
Listen, the Babylonians are Africans as well. They're Ethiopians. You understand? But the point is, being a sexual deviant is the heathen's culture. It's not our culture. Doing that is just copying the heathens. You understand? Listen, good night. This is another reason why, even just like Revelation 18:4, it says, come out of her, my people, meaning like we need to separate from the culture of our oppressors, separate spiritually from our oppressors. Stop following after them. So otherwise, you're going to take part of her, not only are you going to take part of her sinful lifestyle, you're going to take part of the plagues. You're going to be victim of the plagues. You're going to fall victim of the plagues that are going to fall upon America, upon Canada, upon the UK, upon France, Spain, all these oppressors' kingdoms. You understand? Talking about oppressors' kingdoms, we're gonna Salakia. What time is it? Salakia. Yeah, we might. Do you think we could touch on the France topic, or should we? Yeah,
we'll touch on France next. You know what I mean? We could touch on it a little bit before we go and close it out. But I do want to say this out, and this is the heavy part. This shows you how poetic the Lord is, man. Because what happened to that brother, God did that. You know what I mean? God rained down that judgment on that brother, man. He was messing with a woman, right? Being a sexual deviant, and what happened? He got exposed for being a sexual deviant, for being nasty. Know what I mean? And then he thought he was gonna go on the internet, you know, and be all, you know, popular and big and famous. He became big and infamous, man. And now he got brought down. God did that. You know what I mean? Because you shouldn't mess with God's people. You know what I mean? You shouldn't hate on your own brothers and sisters, right? I'm sure the religion of these cats they're Christians, and you're showing God that you hate. You offend the Lord when you treat your brothers and sisters with hatred, right? What's 1 John 4:20-21 say? If a man say he love God but hate of his brother, he is a liar. You know, and when you lie to God, hates liars, right? One of the things he considers an abomination is a lying tongue. So that's what happened, man. That was a judgment from the Lord. But that you know, that's why you should learn, Raza. You should learn, Israel. Just remember to watch your mouth. And all you heathens, you definitely should learn to watch your mouth. And you should definitely learn to respect so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans when you see them.
Damn right.
Man, respect them and leave them alone. Otherwise, God is going to deal with you. But go ahead. Let's go into the next topic.
Okay, so lucky. I have a couple clips for the next topic. Do you want to touch on France, or do you want to keep France for the next episode and touch on the top-notch idiots?
You know what, man? That's a good one.
Yeah, I would, for time's sake, I would say let's go France next episode, top-notch idiots right now.
All right, let's go. Let's talk about the top-notch idiots since we were talking. We're covering something about the Raza, right? Here's the other side to this, right? These cats were trolling the sister, right? And it ties in with this. It's always this push on the internet to ridicule Raza, right? To ridicule, and then when I talk about Raza, I'm talking about so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. There's always this push to ridicule us and make a mockery of us, man. And you can I would not be surprised if these cats in the previous story watch these clowns. Their name fits them, top-notch idiots, because that's what they are, man. Straight up. And it's sad that they do this, right, to get likes and views and shares. And it's crazy, man. It's crazy that this is what it boils down to, right? Who they target and what they do to make a mockery of us. Let's get the you got any clips of them?
So like I didn't manage to get the clip. You could get any clip if you can from the top-notch idiots.
Khan, I got you.
Because we already know, like, for those who are not familiar, y'all could just Google it. I mean, YouTube it, right? Top-notch idiots is a YouTube channel, right? The one who's running it in the first place, like, even good night. You understand? He played us. He played us in a sense where we thought he was Raza until come to find out. I had to tell Malakma, he's not Raza. He's what's it called again? He's an Armenian. You understand? And what they do is that they're pranksters, but all their pranks they based it on us being oppressed.
Right.
You understand?
This would not.
They're gonna base it off us living. They're basing on us living in hell. Like they'll go. Like they're not gonna just prank anybody. They'll make pranks in the hood gone wrong.
Right. They emphasize the gone wrong.
Right.
So this
want to see. Yeah.
So like this cat right here, he's an Armenian, right?
Kawankan, that's Opto. That's the one who's running. Who I think is running the show. Is Opto? He's I forgot what's his name. Opto, some stupid Armenian name, but he's the one running it, and he's Armenian and acting like Mexicans in a couple videos.
Right.
You understand? And the thing is that these cats, basically, what they're doing, and they're using our oppression and benefiting on them, because don't think that their YouTube page is not being monetized. They have so much views. Their YouTube page is being monetized. But just like any other heathen, they profit off of our oppression. The sad part is that in his crew, there is a brother. There's two brothers, a Judite, I think, and there's an Issacharite as well, who are partaking in these pranks. Where they're gonna go in the hood.
That's the problem.
And they're gonna try and make and say to a brother, what are they gonna say? They're gonna say, you want to cut? Salaka, go ahead, Adawan.
No, I'll say that's the only reason why he's able to do this, because you got Israelites that allowed these heathens to come in and do this, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me say this, Brock. You'll never see him go mess with the Armenian power. He'll never go up to the Armenian power gang, which is an Armenian gang, and pull this crap on them. But he'll go pull it on Raza. He'll go pull it on Judah. You know what I mean? I have the clip right here. I'll play it's a 6-minute video.
Okay. For those who are, you could skip some parts out of one, but for those who are on TikTok who want to see what we're talking about, go to our YouTube page again. You understand? Or just YouTube top-notch idiots. You understand? You're gonna see what we're talking about. They always 99% of the pranks they do is cutting Salakia just to add injury. Well, they add injury to insult to injury. I forgot how to say it in English, whatever. Right? But they're labeling us as thugs in the hood.
Right.
You understand? It's like offering thugs cuts in the hood, prank gone wrong, or stupidness like that. But yeah, we're gonna play a clip. You're gonna see how they profit of our oppression because they don't know what type of trauma our people been through. As a matter of fact, they know what we may have been through, but they're gonna profit off of that. You understand? So like, go ahead.
All right, let me get it.
What's up, homie? Fucking tripping, dog? Whoa, fool? You got a problem, dog? I'll fucking whoop your ass right now, my nigga. You got me
What's so
up,
evil with this clip? They're gonna try to make Raza look just crazy.
Right.
You understand? When we're the most compassionate people in the world.
Khan, you're seeing right this guy, not right here. Like he's not even swinging on him yet. He's
Right.
You know what I mean? Not swinging on him yet.
Salakia, you know what's crazy? There's another clip when it's a prank telling people, don't tell me, like they're asking people questions or directions, and the brothers are, giving them directions, like where's, like for instance, where's McDonald's? Like, it's at the corner of this and that street. They're like, don't tell me what to do, with attitude and shit like that. You understand?
Right.
Like, there's no animosity just towards any strangers, just randomly. But they're being provocative to Raza just to get a reaction out of us just for content. And then they're going to label us thugs in the hood. You understand? And what's the worst part of it? Just like you said, they're only able to do that because there are two brothers in the crew. He would not go to the Armenian mafia and do that shit.
Right.
He will not go to the Italian mafia and do that shit. He will not go to the Jewish mafia and do that shit. He goes in the hood to black and Hispanic people and do stupidness like this.
Right.
It's a lot, Yada.
Running, my nigga. I'll beat the fuck out you.
Like, Salakia, again, just to emphasize, making fun of our oppression is entertaining for them.
Right.
That's what it really is. Top-notch idiots are making fun of our oppression, and it is entertaining for them.
Right.
It is entertaining for all the nations to make fun of our oppression. You understand? But these, like, they are very popular on YouTube. That's why we're talking about them. But they're not the only ones. But they are very popular, and I think they probably are the only ones who are just focusing on Raza, really.
Right. God.
It's probably like 2% of the videos that they do, they prank each other. That's 2%. 98% of the whole channel doing pranks is pranks in the hood. And they're not just targeting any people in the hood. Like, we know like some heathens are among us in the hood. They're not going to target the Cambodian. They're not going to target stupid young people in their hoods. They're not going to go to Chinatown and target China Max people.
Right.
They're only targeting black and Hispanic people. And they're not just targeting any black or Hispanic people. They're targeting people that they consider as thugs. They're going to look for the chola that with all the tattoos on his face, be like, you know what, let's prank him. Let's get a reaction out of him. You understand? Let's see what image he's going to portray on camera. That's what they're doing.
Right.
As a matter of fact, if they receive a flight from any Israelite camp, those two brothers in the group are they're most likely going to join the IUIC.
They're probably already a part of it. You know what I mean?
Probably. Because he has dreads and the other Mexican Karawakan. That's the sad part of it. Even for our people, we cannot understand that for an Armenian, our oppression is funny. It's entertaining. And these brothers are okay with it. Because right now on the video, we're showing the Armenian going up to people, right? But there's a lot more instances when there's the brother with the dreads going up to people to prank them. There's the Mexican brother going up to people to prank them as well.
Right.
But they're not saying anything about it. They go along with the oppressor making fun of our oppression. And in more than one instances, they could have just lost their lives on camera. But guess what? If that would have happened, you understand?
Hold on.
Going to be behind bars.
I got you. I got you.
Khan. It's happened multiple times where a firearm or a blade has been pulled on them. But if anybody gets injured, guess who's going to be held accountable?
Con, and here it is, right here. I have this story to share, right? Because this is, once again, this is God's. This is what happens when you mess with God's people. As you can see, look, he's messing with Judites. He's messing with Issacharites, right? And there's worse ones, man. There's another group. I don't know if you heard of this channel, Oct TV. They did the same thing. They were going up, to brothers and asking them like provoking questions. They were even violating brothers, like making them pull their pants up, and
kind of what kind.
I think there was an instance where he did that, and the brother he did that to had a strap, and you can hear the strap on the floor, and you see, you know what I mean? Like they just going and antagonizing them, right? For views, for entertainment.
See what he does afterwards? He's like, "Oh, you're on camera. You're on camera," as if a camera is gonna stop the birds from harming you. Some brothers, they wake up and be like, "You know what?
Like, why you mad?"
Right? Like, why you mad? Or you're on camera. But a lot of brothers, guess what? The thing is that they don't want to end up in jail. And some brothers, maybe we don't want to speculate. Maybe they've already been to jail. They don't want to go back. So they know they're going to use that argument that you're on camera. Guess what? Afterwards, you're on camera. I can get you arrested. You harm me. You're on camera. It's just a prank. They're going to use that to, like, it's a heathen threatening us, talking about, I got you on camera.
Look at this right here. There's a brother right there, like, hugging him, saying, "I know you." You know what I mean? That's the problem, man. That's the fucking problem.
You know what, other one? Because of brothers like these talking about, "Oh, I know you, I love your videos, they're funny." That's how he's able to make more videos like these.
Right.
Raza is not speaking against it. We're okay with it. We're thinking it's funny. Oh, he almost got hit in the face. Oh, he almost got shanked. He almost got shot, but he didn't. So it's funny. The not so funny part is that it's your oppression he's making fun of. He's making fun of, and that he makes it entertaining. You understand?
Yeah, blacks and Hispanics. That's who he goes up to.
Right. He goes to Hispanic like, "Hey, what's up, fool?" You understand? Or he goes to birds like, he just stares at them in a threatening way. Right? And because of the hell that we live in, the neighborhoods that we live in, again, they take advantage of that because we don't know who's coming at us. God. Sometimes he goes to brothers with his hand in his pocket, acting like he got something he's gonna pull on brothers.
Right.
He knows some brothers are living a certain type of life, and he's gonna exploit that for entertainment, to get more views on YouTube, to make more money. You understand? To monetize his channel even more. But God damn these oppressors.
Right.
You understand? They're gonna, him and all the Armenians and all the rest of the oppressors are gonna get what God has in reserve for them. They're gonna get theirs. You understand? Separate from these oppressors don't give a damn about you. Like, for him, having a black or Hispanic friend is cool because it gives him the pass to make fun of black and Hispanic hellish conditions, hellish living conditions. You understand? Right. It's like a lot of heathens. It's cool to have a black friend. It's cool to have a Latino friend.
You think just because you have a black or brown friend, like all of a sudden that's a pass for you to be racist?
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he says the word nigga.
Right. Let me share this, Brock. Y'all look at this story right here. This is what y'all gonna learn real soon. Y'all keep messing, with the Lord's people, man.
Was shooting inside the food court at Dulles Town Center.
Alan Colley is accused of shooting a 21-year-old man in the stomach yesterday afternoon. Tonight, he's in jail. And this is
devil's face.
This is devil's. Right, but you see these pranks like what they do.
Move in and find a gun on the ground.
Yeah, as you can imagine, it was a scary scene with shoppers running quickly to safety. Dulles Town Center was closed for the rest of Sunday, but tonight it is back open for business.
Probably feels quite a bit different, though, after all of that. Today, our Matthew Torres spoke to the victims And Matthew, did
You
they
know what, Otto? Salakia.
all of this?
Go ahead,
Well, Leslie, to be clear,
Top-notch idiots. I dare y'all to go to a trailer park, you understand, and make those pranks. I dare y'all. I dare y'all to go to a clan community and make those pranks. Go make those pranks in Chinatown. Make fun of the Chinaman. How about that?
Right.
You understand? Go up to the Armenian mafia, the Italian mafia, the Portuguese, or whatever, you understand, so-called heathen thugs. They're out there. Go to stupid youngs. Go see the Cambodian and make pranks about eating rats and cats and bats. How about that? Let's see how much views you get. Let's see if there's any uproar from the community. You understand? How about that?
Right.
Stop targeting black and brown people.
Yeah,
how
you
about
know
that
what?
for a change?
And that's the other part, Raquel. That's why they don't target Edomites and why they rarely target the other, because the other nations will check them and put them in their place.
Damn right.
That's the thing with us. Like we're you know, we're a righteous people. We won't do that so quick. We won't be violent towards them real quick. But they do that and antagonize us, right? Because they know they think they can get away with it. But God will remind you and put you in your place.
clear, this is still under investigation by the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office, but according to the victim's family, he was creating some sort of a prank video for his YouTube page and interacting with the suspect when he was shot.
The hellish conditions that we live
identified
in
the victim as
fun.
Tanner Cook. Tonight, his
Right.
father
It's not
telling
funny
me
to look
he is expected to
instead
make
over
a
your
full
shoulder,
recovery.
left and right, and worry that your own people is going to harm you.
I couldn't believe it.
But
Like,
tonight,
it came to the
Cook
point
says
that
despite what happened to
we
his
don't
son,
have
he
to
had
worry
clearly
about any other nations
It's his
like
faith
that
in
anymore.
God
We have to
guiding
worry about our
the family
own
through this
people.
difficult journey.
Like, we're so oppressed.
God
We worry
saved
about
my
our
son's
own
life.
people more than we worry about the
He
other
could have very
nations
easily
harming us.
died, and that's not the outcome, and that God
Right.
has plans for my son.
And you take
21-year-old Tanner
advantage
Cook was
of that.
critically shot in the stomach inside Dulles Town Center
You
Sunday. Witnesses
monetize
capturing
this.
deputies arresting the suspect,
You
31-year-old
understand?
Alan
You're
Coley.
not
The gunfire
better
causing
than the Yiddish
customers to
man.
run and hide.
You understand? Promoting all types of messages through
Right.
music.
There are the
Making
people who
money
have
off of our
secondary
oppression.
trauma from this, who may never walk back in this
Pushing,
mall again.
Coley is
pushing the
facing
topics
3
on
serious
the
charges,
music about,
including aggravated malicious wounding.
selling product,
Cook is a content creator for the YouTube
prostitution,
page Classified
you
Views.
understand,
His
or
father saying
being a
they
sexual
were making another
deviant.
video
Y'all
leading
making
up
money
to
off
the
of
shooting.
us.
And they were making a
Right.
video
Y'all making money off of our
and trying to
oppression.
have fun with people, and
Y'all making
this
money
guy
off of
wasn't
us
having
disobeying
fun,
the Most
and,
High.
there was a phone that was around him, and
Right.
Y'all making money
they
off
were
of us
interviewing
living
him
in
or
hell.
talking to him, and he didn't like it, and pulled the gun out and shot my son.
And
According
then
to
not
the
only y'all
family, there
making
is
money
video
off
of what
of it,
happened, but that
y'all
video
putting it
is
out
now
there to the
evidence.
world
His
that,
father
listen,
says despite
I
what
can make fun
Coley
of
is
black
accused
and
of doing,
Hispanic
he
living
doesn't hold
conditions
bitterness or anger towards
and
him.
make
We
money
need
off of
healing.
it
We need to come together.
and be
And
famous
so
because that's what I
pray
do.
for this young man. I pray that he finds God
Right.
in this.
He probably got a YouTube plague
Now,
for
we not
all the
only
pranks he
interviewed
Right.
did.
his
Like,
father,
you know
but
what?
we also talked to
Congratulations, you're a
Tanner
good
Cook
YouTube uploader. You're a good
himself from
prankster.
his own
Listen, we're gonna
hospital
give
bed.
you a YouTube plague and $100,000 a year. Boom, there you go. You're a good that's what it is. You're a good content creator.
You're a content creator, man. Sometimes you gotta tell yourself it's just not worth it, man. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy to the lengths that they go, man. Let me show the Oct TV one real quick, man.
Come on, God. Yeah, I remember that YouTube channel. They go to brothers start pulling them pants up, and then they're gonna complain because a firearm gets pulled on them.
Right.
First of all, pause. First of all, how a man is gonna put his hands on another man's pants talking about pulling them up?
Right.
Y'all just purple. Y'all purple, the purple pranksters. Good night. You got a new term, the purple pranksters. But this is just to show you that no heathens have any respect for you.
What's going on,
They
guys?
see
This is
how
DT.
oppressed-
This is Mo.
Good night. Yeah,
These are Palestinians, right? That's what they are.
The active, yeah, I believe it. They're Ishmaelites. That's all I know. I don't
Right. Yeah, they're Ishmaelites.
You know, they're camel back riders. That's all I know.
See, they won't do this on their own. Like I said, they won't do this to their own, but they will go up to blacks and Hispanics.
And this is Ock TV.
Today we're in the hood. We're gonna go up to people who are sagging and pull their pants up.
Come on, man. That's disrespect, man. Pull your pants up. See what kind of reactions we
back
get.
riders who worship a child molester. That's who they are.
Hey, look at this. Look at this, man. Brother minding his own business. This cat just gonna go up to him and pull his pants up.
Pants was loose, man.
The day one of them pranksters gets unalived,
to give you a belt, man. Yours is
the blame
loose.
is gonna be put on our people.
My fault,
we're
man,
gonna
but you
take
can't be
accountability. We're gonna have to take accountability for.
Can't be disrespecting the streets.
Having a brother in the world
Talk about
unaliving
disrespecting the streets. You know, that's crazy. Like that's crazy, man.
It's like that.
I just want to go. This is my favorite part of this prank, bro, man. Not gonna lie. Right here, I love this clip right here.
Good night. And you could tell he has something in his hand or something.
Yo, bro, pull up your pants.
Look at this. Bam.
Good night. Most High in Christ. Listen, the heathen, this is on TikTok who didn't get to watch the video. This was the fuck around and find out.
Yo, dog.
It could have went worse. It could have been way worse.
Yo, your pants are
right.
And a life could have been lost.
Right.
You have to fuck around and find out.
It's a lucky. Let me say this real quick for TikTok and YouTube. I don't own the rights to any of this footage. I'm not using it for monetary gain. Just so you know, y'all don't try to hit us with that copyright BS. But just to, we just use the clips real quick to show how these other nations target us and make a mockery of, as we stated, right? Meat to the beast of the field. But go ahead, Ak.
Right. No sweat. Well, first of all, TikTok don't give a damn. They can't see the content that we're showing on YouTube. But yeah, we don't own no copyrights. You understand? YouTube, see, you can stop the truth. You can stop this fire. You understand?
Right.
We're worse than the wildfires in Canada right now. You understand? You can't stop this shit. Right. Send all the the firefighters you want from all the country, from all the Edomite countries. You can't stop this. You understand? Listen, at the end of the day, this is another reason why we should separate from the heathens. The heathens don't care about us unless they make money off of us. Even then, the fact they make money off of us proves that they don't care about us in the first place.
Right.
Because how do they make money? They don't make money off of us being a prosperous nation. They don't make money off of us being in a good condition. You understand? Because all those so-called Negro Latinos in so-called good conditions like Lil Wayne, Jay-Z, whatsoever, the way the white man makes money off of them is because they're pushing a certain message in their music. Like Wayne, like no matter how much I love Wayne as an artist, he's a drug addict.
Right.
You understand? Jay-Z will bend over for the oppressor.
All of them, all of these, man.
So like you're reading on TikTok, reason.
Oh, Salaki, hold on. I muted my mic. But basically, all of these actors, right? All of these celebrities. That's why the scripture says we have no shepherds. We have no shepherds, no leaders, nothing. We have entertainers that sell us out to the oppressor, man.
Salakia, the one. That's the key word. Entertainers. They're only here to entertain.
Right.
There is no leaders. In the black and brown community. Salakia, one more thing, real quick, if I may.
Go ahead, Ak.
Even the church that you see as a leader, have you ever been to a black church? Like, okay, I didn't grow up in the church. I grew up as a Rastafarian when I was in the world, right? And the only time I went to church, like, okay, in my lifetime, I went to church probably 3 or 4 times tops. For like a school, for the school, we were in, like, when you go out with the school, you go visit some places. We went to one of the biggest church in the world. It's right next to my zone. Right? That's one. My mom is a gospel singer. I went to check her out once. I was like, good night. You understand? This is the church. The church is just a spectacle. It's a show. It's entertaining. Like, they jump up and down. They sing to the top of their lungs. That's what the church is. You understand? And I went another time, it was for a funeral, but that was it. I never went to church, but the church is entertainment. Even during the funeral, they were just singing and jumping on the stage. It was like, isn't that supposed to be a funeral? Like, I don't understand.
Right.
But everything outside the ISPK, y'all Christians, y'all entertainers, y'all are not actual shepherds. In fact, y'all are the bad shepherds that let the sheep that lose the herd of sheep. You understand? That's what y'all are. It's a lot, y'all.
Right. Damn right. Like you said, man. That Christianity, man, them pastors, all of that is destroying us, man. And the only way that we're gonna get away from it is by here in the ISUPK under Commander Junior Hanna, man, which is the only home of the truth. We're truly out there. This is what's gonna stop all of this, man. And it's just crazy that these other nations, right? What the scriptures also say in Deuteronomy 28th chapter, that the stranger that is among you shall get high, right? They shall be the head and you shall be the tail. That's why these heathens, right, whether it be the Ishmaelites, whether it be the Armenians, go to so-called blacks and Hispanics to capitalize off us, man. To capitalize off us and then make us look bad. That's what they were trying to do.
Nah, no sweat out of one. But yeah, we're just gonna leave it at this. I don't want. I mean, you know, I think we're already almost.
Yeah, we're at the top, man. We're a little bit over the time.
Good night. Listen, yeah, that. Hey, Raza. Listen, we're gonna close the show to everyone tuning in. IR, give us the itinerary. We're gonna play some promo video for the Midwest Fire Cookout. Salakia, one. Necesitas tomar un café, abrir tus ojos. Salakia, one. You know. But yeah, we're gonna end the show right here.
God, yeah, we're gonna talk. Acuérdate de esto, Raza, que el hombre blanco, el opresor, es el diablo que dice la Santa Biblia. Y despiértense y entre aquí en la verdad para pelear contra este opresor. Anything else you want to add, priest?
Salakia, I don't want. Listen. Nunca olvides, el hombre blanco es un pinche diablo, es el pinche diablo de la Biblia. The oppressor, the goddamn devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
L'homme c'est diable. Tout béquet qui là sont les foutus diables dont parle la Bible. Tous les béquets, sans aucune exception. Abonnez-vous à ISPK Canada, ISPK Mexico, ISPK France, ISPK UK, you understand? ISPK headquarters. Listen, look up ISPK on all social medias, you understand? And subscribe to all channels, follow and like, and help us post this truth. If you don't want to help us, well, guess what? We don't need your goddamn help anyway because we're going to do it ourselves. You understand? But make sure you pay your tithes, donations, and give. Empty your bank accounts and give it all to Commander General Yohana.
That's right.
With that said, we're going to see you next week. Porque la pura neta está vivo todos los lunes. ¿A la qué? A las 9.
A las 9:30.
9:30. Listo, 9:30. El tiempo pacífico. Entonces, Raza, hasta la semana próxima, Raza. Hey, shalom.
Shalom, Raza.
Dame un segundo para YouTube. Nunca olvides que el hombre blanco es un pinche diablo a la verga.
That's true. They are trying to, suppress our mental health. I mean, oppression will do that, right? As the scriptures say, right? Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, right? Mm-hmm. And then the Lord, one of the curses was that we're gonna be, struck down with madness, right? Our mental health is at risk because we're oppressed and we get, we go through all types of hell here in America. We got all types of madness thrown on us, right? We're told we're not allowed to get angry about the oppression that America does to us. We have to accept the abuse, right? And be thankful for it. We can never hate our oppressor. So you can only imagine the effect that has on your mental health.